Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
Let's go. Bane, it's time to game. Welcome to etc. Good morning. We are going to play some Minecraft this morning. Morning for me. Afternoon, evening for others. So today we're going to look at trying to set up some refined storage. Just a very basic, I just want it as for storage right now. We're just going to do some basic setup. The controller, I think is what it's called. The crafter and storage disks. So we can get rid of these chests and it just makes things so much easier. When you're crafting, if you already have the item, you don't have to search for it. I don't have to go look in like 4 different chests to build things. We just get it all connected. And we have a very basic refined storage system, which helps out a lot. So before we get into that, we are going to check our phone because it keeps beeping. I don't know why. Okay. And we do our New Year. Oh, no, we still got one more day. One more day before it's push-ups day. So let's see. Push-up. Okay, we're gonna do 10 good push-ups. I'm gonna do 20. If you're gonna do 1, do 1. If you're gonna do 5, do 5. Don't kill yourself, but do something physical today and start your morning off with some push-ups. Go. Good morning, Imp Girl. Hello, hello. Yeah, 235. That should be the it for this month. Should be. Might not be though. Okay. Here we go. So we're playing Feed the Beast Presents. The Direwolf20 1.16 pack. How am I doing this morning? I'm doing good. I already went shopping this morning. Well, I showered, I went shopping, and now I'm streaming. Hey, what else could I want to do? So today we're going to jump in here and see if we can get some refined storage done here. Sorry, I gotta tighten up my microphone arm here. There we go. A little better. How are things running? You guys were on pretty late last night, I saw. Looks like guitar's on right now. You just rolled out of bed? I woke up at what, 6:45, and then around, took a shower, got ready, did some surfing to see what stuff they had at the store before I went, make sure that they had it, and then drove over to the store, got some stuff. Now we're here. I was trying to be here by 9, but I didn't make it. So, but I'm not that worried about it. Well, let's jump in here and let's start working on refined storage. Like I said, we're going to just set up the basic storage facility, which is going to be a disk drive and probably an external storage connector. Crashed a couple times on me, but gives me at least an hour or so in between crashes. What's the I don't know if this will tell me. Doesn't say. Review? No. I wonder if just increasing your memory would help out. From 8 to 16. Or if you were able to do that. I'm assuming you have two DIMM slots. You need to find out what your memory is. Is it DDR4 or DDR3? Let me know what that is. Okay, let's jump in here. Because I have a couple memory sticks floating around. Joining world. This is how long it takes. See, I get the little, right now you can't see it, but my cursor is a little spinny circle. As we're waiting for this to load in. Oh, we are in. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Guitar Freak. Rain. Guitar Freak 21. You guys need to go see Guitar Freak. If you haven't. All my lurkers out there. Is it 21? I always say 21. I don't know if that's right. Hopefully that works. He's a Minecraft player as well. He does a lot in vanilla and just a little bit of modded Minecraft, but he's a builder. He makes this stone sarcophagus that I'm in look ridiculous. This thing right here. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You would not believe. You would not believe. Okay. Still a lot faster than yours. Well, it's probably a memory issue, I bet. It's probably because of how much memory you don't have. Okay, so currently we have our storage here all set up. All these drawers here are set up through this controller. So if I have any of these items in my pack here, and I right click on this controller, it will place the item into the appropriate slot, which is really nice. But I also have this drawer and this drawer and this drawer and this drawer, this drawer and this drawer and this drawer and this drawer. Oh wait, and this drawer and this drawer and this thing and my sleeping bag I just put down. So there's a lot of bouncing around, getting shit when you're crafting. So we're going to create refined storage is a storage system that has crafting and automations part of it. It's DDR4. Okay. Okay, I'll look and see if I have any DDR4 sticks. I'll let you know later this evening, probably. And so let's start with that. So the things used to be easy with all the mod packs, but since this mod pack is a little on the light side, I would say, because it's version 1.16 Minecraft, and that version is does not have a lot of mods, or some of the mods are changed, and or some of the mods are still being converted over to the 1.16 format. So we're gonna see what happens here. We're gonna see. Okay, so refined storage, asterisk, refined. Oh, I gotta use the right keyboard. Okay, asterisk refined S. Okay, so here's our refined storage. It's just 2 pages. A lot of this is duplicates because it appears that you can make the grids in different colors now, which is really cool. The same thing with the receivers. In a lot of these things, you can craft in all the different colors, and they have to show all of them. So this is typically probably maybe 1 and a little bit of a page. But since everything's in 16 colors right now, it's a lot on your screen. But this is a very, I would say, simple compared to Applied Energistics AE, which was, I think, the first big storage mod with auto crafting and that stuff. It was a great, it's still, AE is still a great mod for that. It's a little bit more complex than refined storage, but a guitar's in chat now too. I like the color options too. That was one thing I liked about Applied Energistics. You could change the color of the cables and or the monitors that you were looking at, which I always liked. A little simple thing, at least in our minds, simple thing. Change the color.
Microphone activated. Microphone activated.
I don't think I muted the right microphone. Sorry about that. Refined storage. So to get off with refined storage, you have to create a controller. Okay, a controller consists. This is the base. This is the whole system of your system. This is the whole starting block of your system. Sorry about that. The you have to provide power for the controller, and that runs your system. Okay, so here's our controller, and what do we need here? Quartz enriched iron. We need advanced processor, machine casing, silicon. That's just stone, some type of stone around enriched quartz. Okay. I'm assuming enriched quartz is nether quartz. Okay, so nether quartz with iron. Okay, so you have to have gone to the nether at least to use this system, because you need nether quartz. Oops. And you also need to have some diamonds, silicon, which is nether quartz, and or Sardis quartz dust. Sardis quartz you can actually find underground. So that's an option there as well. I wonder if you can use the... I guess you don't... I guess you can't use the Sardis quartz. Where is it? So this is nether quartz, and this is Sardis quartz here. And then there's charged Sardis quartz. So this you can find underground, but this you can only find in the nether, as far as I know. You prefer refined storage due to its easy use? Is that... Yes, it makes it pretty simple. But if you want something more advanced and you want to try something different, applied energistics is great. I mean, I've used it before, so it's not that complex if I was able to use it. Got a little involved yesterday with the new distraction. Forgot to eat yesterday, and my tummy is not very happy with me. Oh, if you go 8 hours without eating, you can consider that a fast, and then you can eat whatever you want after that. Okay. You have all the trouble with the channels and advanced automation? Yeah. That's what the wiki's for, right? So we have everything, I think. Oh, wait. There was one more thing here that was in the advanced processors. This stuff, processor binding. Okay, so we can do silicon and this stuff, right? And pink slime. Okay, so this is the other big thing right now in this mod pack. It's been well over 12, so I guess it's a fast. Well, that's great. I won't eat until noon or 11ish. So pink slime is important, or slime is important in this mod, but see, it used to not be so bad because a lot of the mod packs have slime islands where you can find slime. In this mod pack, we don't have slime islands. We have swamps, and we go to swamps at night and we try to find slimes. So I do have 40 slime balls. Oops. 40 slime balls. I'm going to grab the diamonds. We're going to need those. We don't have a lot of diamonds. We only have 34. Let's grind up some Sardis quartz. And we'll do a stack of nether quartz with 3 stacks of iron. So I think this is the way it works. Yeah, so this gives you 4 enriched, even though I think if you look at it like this, right? So 3 gives you 4. So 3 gives you 4. So I know it looks expensive, but it's really not that bad, right? It's not that bad. So we're going to do 4 stacks of enriched quartz. Let's grind this up in our pulverizer. let's turn this off because I don't know if it'll do something else to it, but we're just going to pulverize this Certus quartz to make the dust so we can make silicon. Oh, we might be able to do that straight to silicon. Yes, we can. Okay, so we can actually turn this back on. We can actually turn this back on because I have this set up so that it's going into here, and then this is pulling it down, and this will make silicon and then spit it back into here. So here's our silicon being made. We'll have a stack of that when it finishes. That'd be great. And let's see. Okay, so let's make the machine casing. We need granite, stone. I don't know if polished stuff works. Let's see. Let's get rid of this stuff over here on our left. And let's mark this as oh, it does. Polish works. Okay, so here's step 1. Machine casing. We already have the enriched quartz. Silicon's being made, so we have to work on the advanced processor, and that requires a raw advanced processor, which requires processor bindings, which is string and slime. So we have our slime. Let's find some string right here, some string, and click on this over here. Go back to this, go back to that, left click that, and whew, that's a lot. Let's just make a stack of this because I don't want to use any more slime. A stack should be good, right? We'll see. Okay, so now we have we need our silicon and we need some redstone. Okay, let's just grab a stack of redstone for now. And let's grab some of this silicon. We can start doing this right now. Get this built. Get this made. Our controller. We have to make this processor, this raw processor. Okay. We're just gonna make one for now because that's all we currently need is one. And then we need to cook this up somewheres. Can we get it squished in there? Yes, there we go. It should have spit that into here. Here's our advanced processor. All right. So here is our controller. We should have everything. The controller. Here we go. How do we make it a different color? It looks like you just use dyes. You can just use dyes. All right. Okay. I want to put this under our windmill, which is here. So we're going to have to move some stuff around, I think. But for now, this does need to be charged for us to use it. Let's see if we have any more of these wonderful mechanism basic universal cables. We have one. It's not a lot. That's not a lot. I think we're going to break this. I do have a tool for that. It looks like, I don't know what that tool looks like. Doesn't look normal though. Okay, there we go. So now our windmill is coming directly down. And it's not going into this storage. We have other renewable energy up there. Okay, let's throw this here. This will charge up, and that is the start of refined storage right there. A powered controller. Okay. And it does store some energy. Typically what I do is once we get this up and running, I'll create like an energy cell like this, and I'll put that in between the power coming in and this. So there's kind of like a reserve of power. So if the power that's coming in dies, we'll have extra power besides this 32,000 FE power. We'll have just a little bit more, and it's not too bad. Also, what is a smart idea, typically what I'll do, and we do have some of these machines left over, the Stirling dynamos, use some type of generator or whatever, and I just attach it to this, right? What'll happen is if you're low on, if you don't have like something that can run this all the time, it's fine to have it shut off, right? But if you need to boot it up, all I have to do now is throw in some coal into the Stirling dynamo, and voila, it'll produce enough energy to at least get this up and running so I can access my system if I need to. So that's kind of a backup energy. And then, like I said, an energy cell as this would be the primary backup, and then this would be like the emergency backup. Because if this goes off and all your stuff is inside the refined storage system, you can't access it. There's a bug with the Plague Doctor guy, by the way. Yeah, I noticed that. He just keeps turning invis, and I just kill him. Just kill him. That's what I do. Because they just sit there and drink and drink and drink and drink and make a lot of noise, so I just kill them. I've killed like 4 of those. I haven't seen him around in a while. Hey, Kev, welcome. How you doing, sir? Okay, so our next thing we need here is we're going to need to be able to see what's in our system, and we're also going to need to be able to store our items in the system. So you can go with some storage blocks if you wish. Storage blocks only hold 1 item, so it's not that great. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a disk drive. Okay, this disk drive hopefully will store hard drives in it, storage disks in it, and then our items will be stored on these disks. Okay, so let's create a disk drive. We need another machine casing. We're going to need some more. I'm just going to grab some stone, and we're going to create our disk drive. So let's mark that as an item that we want here. So a controller, a disk drive. We're going to have a storage disk, and let's mark the 4K storage disk for now, and then let's mark a 16K storage disk. We will start with some 4Ks probably, but it's easier. Once we get 3 4Ks, we can make a 16, and you can combine those if you wish. There's a couple steps involved in that, but it's pretty easily done. Okay, so we're going to make our disk drive now. We need a chest, machine casing, another advanced processor. Okay, so let's make another advanced processor. Throw that in here. We're going to need enriched quartz and a chest. Okay. I think we have some chests in here. Let's grab this processor. Let's see if we have enough to do this. Okay, we need this machine casing. Now we have enough to do it, I think. And here is our disk drive. Okay. So the disk drive has, if you attach refined storage items to refined storage items like that, that powers that item. If you don't have them attached, say we put it here, that will not power unless you use a cable. Well, here's the cable. Let's mark this as an item as well. And cables require enriched quartz, redstone, and some glass to give you 12 cables. Cables are pretty much universal. You don't have to have special ones. They're all the same cable. What am I looking for? Glass here, right? So let's make some cables because we're going to need some cables. There we go, 12 cables. So we can connect these cables, and it doesn't matter where they go. Okay, so now that's connected. And we'll provide power to it. This controller, you can look at it and say, what is connected. We have one disk drive that's connected. It requires 0 FE because there's no disks in it. And cable is also free. So I'll tell you how many cables are connected to your system. Oh, that's tonight, isn't it? Happy New Year's. Oh my God. A new year. Another day. Okay. So we're going to need to get something to look at our items that are in our system. So I'm trying to remember what they're called. It's a grid. And what I think we want to do is there's a grid. Okay, the grid allows you to look at your items that you have stored. And you can retrieve those items and put items in. But you can't craft with those. But you can't craft with a grid. But if you make a crafting grid, which requires a grid, that gives you the ability. Crafting grid gives you the ability to craft, see the items in your system, and also craft with those items at the same time. And you don't have to pull the items over. It just will pull them over for you, which is really nice. So let's make a crafting grid, which does require a grid. Another advanced processor. So let's do that. A crafting table. Do I have a crafting table? I don't, but we do have an oak log. At least I didn't see one. So now we have a crafting table. What is all that banging noise? I think it's the golems outside. They are pretty loud. Okay, so we're working on our crafting grid. So we have a processor. I would throw that. Oh, actually, that might pull in. Will it? Oh, it will. Okay, so I can put it in either. Wham, done. Okay. So we have our crafting table, we have our advanced processor, and then we have to make our grid. This is where it gets a little bit more advanced. So we have some glass. We're gonna need to make another machine casing. That's created. We're gonna need a construction core, two improved processors. Okay, let's do the improved processors. So these are gold. So this is the same thing as like with our diamond, but it's with gold instead. So we're gonna need 2 of these. So we're gonna need at least 2 gold. Right? Let's make 2 of these. Improved processors. And we're running out of space. Throw those in there. We might have a bit too much enriched quartz right now. Finally getting the refined system. Yes, we are attempting to get it set up right now. A very basic setting. Okay, so we also need a construction core, which is a basic processor and some glowstone. Okay, so we're going to need some glowstone. I know I have some somewheres. Okay. We have glowstone. And what is a basic construction core? Let's see what that is. A basic processor is a raw processor, which is iron with that binding silicon and redstone. So we need a couple pieces of iron to make this construction core. Okay. So let's get that. And then we're going to need the destruction core, which is nether quartz. Do we have nether quartz in our pack? We don't. Okay, nether quartz. Destruction core is nether quartz, and then another basic processor. So what we just did, we'll have to do again. We're run out of space really fast, it seems. Kaverki, thank you so much for the host. Okay, let's grab. We don't have enough space. for all this crap. Let's try to empty our pack a little bit here. What don't we need in here? We need everything. Okay. So our crafting grid. We should be able to make this now. We're going to combine the basic processor with the glowstone. Let me do that. And then oh, it won't pick up because I'm full of so much crap. And then we have to do the destruction core, which is nether quartz and that. What can we get rid of? Yeah, let's put our shovel away for now. Okay. So the destruction core is nether quartz and a basic processor, and that gives us a red one. And now we should be able to create our crafting grid. We have all the parts. We have to craft this. We have glass, destruction, construction, 2 improved processors, enriched quartz, and our machine casing. And that will give us our grid. But we need a crafting grid. So we need a second advanced processor and a crafting table. We have those. Wait, let's do this first. Okay, so just so you can kind of see what I was talking about with the grid. So with the grid, if we put that here, the grid will show us everything that's in our system. We don't have anything in our system right now. And you can look at it and you can sort it and you can do all, and you can pull things in and push and pull things out, right? That's your grid, but you can't craft with it. You would have to pull stuff out and then craft here. So what we're doing is we're just going to make this grid a crafting grid. And that's what we're doing here. So when we make the crafting grid, you're going to get a crafting window. See, now we can craft. You can still sort and do everything you need. You can still see what's all in your system. But now you can craft right here inside your system. It makes it so much easier. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Okay. So we have our grid. How much is that power is that using? So we're using 4 FE right now. The crafting grid uses 4 FE. So all we need is 4 energy coming to this to run our system. That's all, just 4. Okay, so we're going to start storing all our crap in here. But to do that, we have to have disks in here. So we're going to make our disks. So we're going to start with the 4K storage disk. That's the smallest disk that there is. Stores 4,000 items, doesn't care what they are. Doesn't care what your MBT is, doesn't care what their condition is. 4,000 items, that's it. Okay? 4,000 of one item if you want, 4,000 of 4,000 items if you want. Doesn't care. Okay? So our 4K storage consists of some enriched quartz, some redstone, some more glass, and then this 4K storage part. Oh, wait a minute. That's the casing. This is actually the casing. These quartz, that's the casing. This is what we really need to create, though. This is the 4K storage part. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. So we need the 1K disk is a basic craft here. Silicon, enriched quartz, redstone, and glass. And you need 3 of these. Okay, we need 3 1K storage ones. Can you put a 1K storage part? Oh, you can do 1K disk. I always do a 4K first. So we need 3 of these. Do we have enough to do 3? Let's grab our silicon. We should have enough to do a 4K disk. So that's what we're going to do. So let's make 3 of these. Simple, right? And then the 4K part is 4 basic processors. What are we missing? Redstone? What's missing from here? Why did redstone not pull in? Oh, it pulled in that time. But we need 4 of these. What are we missing? 2 of those. 2 of those. 2 of those. Oh, we're missing iron ingots. Oh, well, when I pull out, it's going to pull everything out. Damn it. Okay, so we're making these basic processors, and that's iron ingots. I was thinking that was the other iron stuff, so that's why I didn't do what I thought I was going to do. So I need 4 of these. I'm going to cook those up because they need to be cooked. And then that's it. We have everything else but those. So once those are cooked, voila, we're able to build a 4K storage part. Okay. Now you can't put this into here. You have to put it has to be in a disk drive. It has to be in a disk. So the 4K storage part, if you already have a storage housing, you can just put them together. Or if you can build the storage housing, or you can just have storage housings. See? Storage housing. Same as this here. We have enough to do that, so we're going to make the storage housing. What's nice is you can remove these parts from the storage housing to combine them later to make a bigger drive. Okay, so here we go. Our first 4K disk is installed. It tells you how much is being used, how you can access it. You can have black mode lists, items, priority. I forget how priority works. Priority 10 set. We want everything I put into this system to go into here. That might look strange right now because this is the only place it can go. But later on, when you have other things attached to your system, you'll want to use the priority to prioritize where your items go. So what happens is, let's say, set that back to 0. Okay, so 0 is, you can do, you'll find how you like to set your priorities. For instance, sometimes I'll have barrels that are set up to void out excess. So I don't want any, say, dirt to go into my disks. I think that's a waste. So I'll set up an external storage barrel that deletes anything over 10,000 dirt. So I don't ever want it to go in here. So I said this has a priority of 0. And then if my disk of dirt, my barrel of dirt has a priority of 5, it'll attempt to put it in the barrel of dirt first. And it can, because there's space, and the excess will get deleted. Once that fills up, if I didn't have it deleting the extra dirt, then it would go in here, and you'd have 10,000 dirt in here, and you'd be like, why are my disks all full? Because you have 10,000 dirt in there. And you really don't want to store dirt on your disk. You want to store shit like you need, like slime balls and diamonds and stuff you've created. That's the best thing, I think, to store there. So we have 4,000 items we can put in here. And even this stuff, I would consider nay about putting it into your system. This is what we want to put into our system. Things like this and things like this. So this is what we're going to throw in here right now. We're going to throw all of this stuff into our system right now. Let's move this stuff so I can do it easily. We're going to break this chest. And we're going to right click up here and we're going to go click. Zup, 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 zup. Bam. Double bam. Well, there we go. Everything that was in that chest is now here and accessible. And using your JEI, you can actually, if you shift click this plus button, even though there's a missing item, it'll move it into the crafting grid here. And then you can continue working on getting what you need and you can move in whatever you want or place it yourself. It's awesome. And it stays there. So if you're working on something and you have to go find something else, then you can do that. Let's bust this and do the same thing. There's probably a bunch of things in here that don't need to be in there, but we'll just deal with it for now, right? And now if we look at our disks over here, you'll see we're 65% full. So that's 2,622 items that we've already stored in this disk. So we're going to run out of space pretty quick at this rate. This is why I probably set up special storage for things like bricks where you have like hundreds of them. And this stuff as well. Wood things, like I said, things that you've built, I typically will store like pistons. Definitely want pistons in there. Maybe a stack of cobble, maybe a stack of clay, maybe a stack of each of these things at most. But usually you want to try to keep the high quantities of stuff that you're going to be getting when you're mining and stuff like that, and not put them in here, because 4,000 items isn't a lot, as you can see. And we will need to make another disk pretty soon. Like, I'm not going to put this in there because I'm not going to be crafting with this stuff, right? I'm not going to be crafting with the flowers and stuff right now either, most likely. Maybe to do some dyes, but I'm not going to worry about that stuff right now. So you say, well, what about all this stuff, etc.? What are you going to do with this stuff? I'm going to put all this stuff in there. There's more than 2,000 items here. I mean, I have stacks and stacks of wood. So what this mod also has is called external storage. So it is right here, external storage. Let's mark it, put it over here on our left. And this is a connection that we can connect to this drawer, and everything in here will be listed in here and can be accessed from here, but is still stored here. So we can add all this external storage to our storage and be able to see it, be able to craft with it without filling up our disks. So much wood. Yes, I do. I have every basic Minecraft one here. So let's see if we can create that. Let's see if we can create this external storage and see how this goes, right? So I threw a lot of stuff into here. Let's see if we can do it with here. So if you hold over the plus button, it'll tell you what's missing. So we're missing 2 chests. Well, I need 2 chests. I know there's chests in here. So let's pull the chests in here and throw these in there. Okay. So now I cursor over this again. And now what am I missing? I'm missing an improved processor, a destruction, and a construction cores. Okay, we've done those before. So we're going to have to cook some things up. We're going to need 3 basic processors at least. 1 for this core. 1 for that core. And what are we missing? Gold. Okay, so that one. And we're going to need 2 more basic processors. So let's get, okay, we need regular iron for that. Let's cook these up. And what else do we need? I think that's going to be it. Those are going to be our processors. We have everything else in the system, and it'll pull it into there for us. So we throw these into the system. We click on our external storage. We click here. Oh, there. Oh, I didn't create those. Okay, I just did the basic processors. I'm an idiot. Okay, we have to do this to make the destruction core, and then we have to do this to make the construction core. Now we have the right cores, and here's our external storage. Okay, so I'm going to move this furnace, and we'll do that. And then right click it, and you can look at your priority. So this is where the priorities come in. So your main disk is set at 0. So I want to set this to at least 5, right? I want anything that I put into here, into my system, into the storage system. If it has room, I want it to store it in over here with these items. So if I find 20 more diamonds, it's going to store those diamonds here, not in my disks. Okay. And how do I get this connected to that? Well, you use this cable that we created, this cable, and all we have to do is connect it. And this is going to look like crap for now, but too bad. We'll have just enough to get it connected. And that should now be connected. Again, the priority is set to 5. You can do multiple things. We want to have this to be able to insert and extract. You can have it just insert only or extract only. There's a lot of options here. Blacklist, types, fluids, or items. So right now we have 83,000 items right here. $83,000 items. Okay. So if we look over here, everything that's over there, here's all the wood, all the vegetables, all the fruits, everything is in here now. And so I can throw that furnace in there, throw that charcoal in there. So now if I need to make something, I come here, and for the lone exception of something that might be in here that needs to be processed, of these items, we should be able to do everything right from here. Let's see if we can create a secondary, another 4K disk. So we need 3 of these 1Ks. So it's saying we're missing glass. Okay. I know glass is in here because I made some stacks of it. So I'm going to grab the glass and I am going to put it in here because we use glass a lot. And let's... And we need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And it's going to throw them back into the system. And then we're going to need... this is so nice. You can just cursor over this thing and it'll tell you what's missing. So we need 4 basic processors, right? So we're going to left click the basic processor, and it's a smelt that we're going to have to do. So we left click the raw basic processor, and then we say, well, we have all those items because they're not turning red. Move it over, and we need 4, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to cook these up. Steph was saying you're having a hard time with glowstone. Did you know there is a machine that changes redstone to glowstone? There's a couple of different things that, that will do that. I just said that the glowstone I saw in the nether was miles high in the sky, and I only saw like one bunch of it. But yeah, trying to find it was hard in the nether. But I got some. I have glowstone now. So if you click up here, you can type glowstone, and it'll show you what you got in here. Glowstone. I got 99 of them. I got 99 problems, and glowstone ain't one. We're going to throw our basic processors in here. Everything is harder than Nether. Yeah, the game is definitely a lot harder on this version. Okay. We now have a 4K storage part, and we need to put that in here, and then we need to build the disk case around it. And here is our 4K disk. And let's put it in here. And now we have 8K worth of storage, and we're not but half full. So this is where I'm like, okay, well, I can probably put the rest of this crap in there. Let's put this stuff in here and see how much we have after this. I'm just shift left clicking on these items to put them into the system. %45 full. What was this one? Flowers and stuff. We'll do them. We'll do it all. Let's do it all, see what happens. Once it fills up, you cannot put anything in here. It will not allow you to put anything in there. So you'll know. And you can see up here, this disc is full. 4,000 items, and this one has 290 in it. And they give you, you know, the color warning. Drive's full. You might need to start thinking about making another drive because it's getting full. Let's grab this one, see what happens. Where are we at? 66% full. And here are all those items. The tiles we just put in there, the planks. Everything's in here. It's great. Now you got to remember, this takes energy. As you put more disk drives in there, it's going to take more energy. As you add more items to your network, more storage, external storage buses, more crafting grids, it adds to your energy usage. So make sure you keep the energy coming in greater than the energy that you're using. So we're only using 12 FE right now. Even this crappy Sterling Dynamo can take care of that. This puts out 40 RF per tick. And this is requiring 12 RF per tick in essence. They call it FE. But they're equal. They're equal. Good morning, Hatu. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Whoa. Did you do your push-ups this morning? So what are we at here? We're at 66%. What do you think? Do you think we can fit the rest of the stuff in there? We try it. We're going to end up building another disk. What are we at now? 82% full. We should be able to fit this in there. There's a lot of clay balls in here. Clay balls, clay balls. A lot of clay balls. Okay. We're close. We're at 90%. So again, this is totally configurable here. You have redstone, you have display, normal, no craftables, only craftables. So when you create crafting recipes, you can just sort by all the crafting recipes if you want to craft by that, or normal display. Descending or ascending by the quantity, the name, the ID, the last modified, search box. This is pretty cool. If you, normal is I can type in here and type something in. Clay balls, okay? Oh, and I can type down here. And this is different. Stone. Okay, so these two are separate. This is searching this, and this is still searching your NEI. But what I like to do is normal auto selected means that this search box, when you click into the crafting grid, will automatically put the cursor up here so you can type and search your crafting grid. That's what normal auto select means, okay? JEI synchronize means that what I type in here also, oops. also searches JEI at the same time. Okay, so that's JEI synchronized, and then there's JEI synchronized auto select, which again, once you click in the grid, it automatically clicks up here for you to type in. Okay, I don't know what 2A is. JEI synchronized 2A. I don't know what that means. 2A? I don't know what that means. That's something new. Hemp? I don't know what 2-way means. But I just I typically keep mine on JEI synchronized because when I type here, a lot of times I'm looking for a machine casing, and then it's not going to be in here. But if it's not in here, then I can go, oh, let's make one. Left click, move items. There's my machine casing. So I like it like that. Flavor may vary depending on who you are, what you want to do. Stretch size shows you this window here. You can make it smaller. So looks like there's 3 sizes. Depending on what your video settings are here, I think depends on how big you can make that grid. But right now at my settings, I have 3 different sizes. Small, medium, and large. I like this one. To do what I want to do. Okay. What else we got? We have 90% full. I was actually going to try to fill this up. So let's... all these extra chests that I have, I don't need, right? I don't need these. This is the whole reason I have this system. So I don't have to have 10,000 chests sitting around holding crap. Did I just lose everything in that chest? Oh, I picked it up with everything in it. Wait a minute. Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. The quantum chests hold your items when you break them. That's really nice. Okay, that's for the botany. We're gonna get into the botany stuff here in a minute, I think. If girl just joined. Okay, here's a bunch of cables and all this stuff I kept separate so I knew where they were at. We're gonna bust this. I'm gonna throw this shit in here. What are we at? We're not full yet because it still doesn't let me put stuff in. 500 more items. I don't think I have 500 more items to put in here. Here, we can throw these in there. Those graphite bars were a mistake. We can't pulverize these. Arcane ore doesn't get pulverized. What can we do with arcane ore? Oh, it just wants to strictly get smelted. You smelt it, you dealt it. So these just get strictly... I'm assuming these do too. These probably just get strictly blasted. Yeah. Okay. So uranium ore, these guys maybe go in here. And this one's done. This is mana gems. I don't know what the hell those are for. Pretty pink. What else do we got? I'm going to leave the Botania stuff separate for now.
User joined your channel.
Mushrooms. Hey, up girl. How you doing, my dear? This is, I think this is full. You have like 65,000 mushrooms. Okay. So that's it. That's our basic. That is a very basic refined storage system here. Yeah, it wasn't that expensive. It took maybe like 3 or 4 diamonds, nether quartz, slime balls, some gold, some iron. I used Certus quartz to make the silicon. And it was not that expensive. And we have all this stuff now accessible in one simple crafting grid, which is just wonderful, right? So the next thing you do is like, ooh, I can make colors. I want to see what this looks like. Don't you have to like cook cactus to get green? I think. Yes. Oh, I just right clicked it and it turned it green. All right. This is going to be so much easier now because when you have a couple different grids all stacked up next to each other, they're all the same color blue. They're all this type bluish color. And sometimes you get confused on which one you're looking at. So you can say like, all my crafting grids are green. All my crafting monitors are orange. And you can change the colors of everything. That's awesome. You can even change this color. I don't know why you would want to, because usually this is hidden anyway, but I guess you can pick any color you want, huh? Any Minecraft color, that is. Okay, so where are we at now? I wanted to set up these botanies. I spelled it wrong. B-O-T, these botany hoppers, and I'm missing one because I used one for something else. But I want to use these botany hoppers to replenish this stuff here. My trees, and then my, in essence, my biofuel stock. This is what I'm going to use for biofuel. These items here. But I want to put them somewhere that they're not just out. So what I was going to do is build a basement underneath. And then I'm going to pipe all the botany stuff into this drawer controller, which will fill this up and keep them filled. And what's nice is the botany pops stop producing when they don't need, when it's full, right? So when these are full, they stopped producing. So let's grab some dirt, a little bit of dirt, and let's grab some snad. So snad is sand, spelled wrong. A lot of words these days come from bad spellings, I think. Snad is 2 pieces of sand, and they actually help sugarcane and cactus grow faster if you put them on top of it. They give a little boost in growth. Snad does. So, you wonder why my sugarcane grows faster than yours? That's why I use snad. I don't know how we're gonna get over here. I guess how many ender pearls do I have? Oh, look at that. I have 6. How easy that was. I didn't have to go through all of my chests to find out how many ender pearls I have. I know exactly how many I have now with one click. Okay. I was thinking of making an elevator, and I'm pretty sure that requires an ender pearl. So elevator is a block that allows you to move up horizontal, up and down. No, vertical. Sorry, vertical, up and down. And it's an ender pearl, and then it's wool, and then you can make whatever color wool you want, or you can just dye one of the ones that you already have. And it's the last I knew that they had a range of at least like 16 blocks. There might be more. I'm not positive. You'd have to go check for this version. I'm not sure because it doesn't really say. But if you have one block here and then another one directly beneath it, if you squat on it, it'll take you down to that one. And if you're on top of one and there's one above you and you jump, it'll teleport you to the one above. It's really nice for moving vertically, especially if you live on a mountainside. Let's see. Ugh. I guess we're just gonna start digging, right? Let's find our flux spore. Let's use our mining gadget. I've switched to this mining gadget, and I have added efficiency to it, so it mines a little bit faster. I have freezing. Freezing makes water and lava. It'll freeze water and it'll turn lava into obsidian, silk touch, and then fortune 3. So if I want fortune 3, you have to click it and it turns off silk touch. If you want silk touch, you click it, silk touch, and it turns off fortune 3. The range is the distance away from you. Size is the number of blocks in front of you that it's going to do. We can do 1 by 1 or 3 by 3 because of the because I put a 3 by 3 tier on it. It doesn't show it. If I put it in here, it might show it. Yes. Okay. So here's the 3 by 3. I guess it's not something that you can click. It's the options there, but we do have a 3 by 3 upgrade and efficiency 2. They're also bigger. Well, at least the ones you have are big. Can you change the size of the elevator cover? So here's the 3 by 3. And it's actually pretty cool. And I just use silk touch primarily. Unless I see diamonds or something. But silk touch, that way I can just, and I end up grinding up everything anyway. So I just use silk touch from now on. You can change the color of the beam, which is kind of weird. You can change the shrinking blocks to faded blocks, which is pretty cool. And I guess you can change the color of the laser as well. The inner beam and the outer beam. Oh, cool. I mean, it's little things like that that make us people geek out, right? So let's do this here. So there's 2 different modes, and I have it set to like what I consider the quick mode right now. So this precision mode is false, right? And as you see, as I'm doing this, it just jumps right to the next ones really quick. If you put it on true, precision mode true, it's a little bit more controlled. So you can do the blocks and then it stops. Okay, it doesn't continue like the other one did. Okay, so that's precision mode, where you can, it's just more precise, right? It does what you're looking at, and if you turn it on precision mode false, it goes so it's crazy. It's crazy. I do that when I'm like strip mining. That's the best mode for strip mining. But for when you're like building or trying to do things, I think the precision mode is better because you have more control of it. Right? Then sometimes you screw up and you have to do that. So let's see, where do we have to go to? I want it to kind of be right directly underneath. So let's just dig down here and give us a point to where we can go to. Okay, right here. Because we're going to have a pipe come straight up into that. And our botany plants are all going to be in here, providing us with our trees and stuff. And I do that just so that it's just easier. I don't know if the flare lantern is going to get. It just lit it up under here. Can you believe that? That's awesome. So I have flare lanterns. I have 4 of them actually in here. These things, Earl flare lanterns, and they light up in an area 16 by 16 from the center of the lamp. It goes 16 each way. What is that? Diameter? So it has a 16 block diameter from the center. So under here, it's lit everything up. That's so great. It's so great. Okay, so we want our pipe to pipe our botany stuff into here. So I'm going to need some pipes. And look, we have ores that we can process already. Hello, Steph, my dear. How are you doing? So let's get our pipes. We got to figure out what pipes we're going to use. There are some different pipes. I'm going to try these pretty pipes because I have 32 of them. And let's see how they work. The pretty pipes do come with some extraction items and a tool as well. And it looks like you can actually set up a basic crafting terminal and item terminal with pretty pipes as well. So if you have a ton of chests and you use pretty pipes, you can probably use this to pull items out of those chests and craft things. It looks like pretty neat. I don't think we're going to need any of these, but there are options in there for that. This was blocked because I had a creeper sneak up here. I don't know how, but he did. Okay, so let's see if the pipe actually connects to this. It does. Okay. So we're just going to line up our botany pots. Is that what they're called? Botany pots. There was another mod called bonsai pots, but those only did trees, I think. I think at first they did trees and then they did other things. Oh, are these not going to connect? Okay, let's see. We need more what? We need more acacia. Let's see if this... We need to see if this is even going to work. It's running, so typically that... It might stop when it's full grown, though. We'll have to see. Ooh, we have to wait now. We have to wait, what? A minute and a half? 2 minutes? Okay. So let's grind up some of this stuff. Coal. Uranium. I can't do coal because coal's going to turn into graphite. If I stick it in there. Let's grab this. Let's turn this off for now, and then we'll do our then we'll just pulverize our coal. It's probably not a great outcome, but I don't have a pick with fortune yet. I do have looting 1 on my sword though, which is really nice. Okay, so and then we turn this back on, spit it out, and then we'll do the rest. That's right, uranium ore has to go in here. Right. Why is it pulverizing that? Okay. So if I stick like 3049, if I stick it in here, if I stick one of these in here, 3050. So it's, my storage knows don't store it in the disks, store it in here because of the priorities. This is 5. The disk drives are set at 1, at 0. So it goes here first, and then when this fills up, then it will start using the disks. Which is really nice. So you can just pipe everything into your system here, and it will sort it accordingly. Uranium. So it's stuck. So these item pipes do not work with botany. Is there a way we can change that? Those pretty pipes. There's we have extraction. Oops. Let's see if. Oh, it won't go there. Maybe I need an empty hand. Nope. See, it works there because it's connected. Okay, so we can't use those with that. Let's try the other pipes. Let's try these shitty pipes. These ones here. These basic item pipes. We might need to make some mechanism pipes. Oops. Nope, they won't connect to that either. Okay, well we might have to rethink this. If we have we might have to put a chest or something there. And then pull out of the chest. The pots work directly on top of these things, on top of the drawers. We have 15 chests, so I mean, we can. It's probably gonna work. So if we have chests here, yeah, connected right to it. Oh crap! We need to. Does it matter if they connect? I don't think it matters. I think I want to use. I think I want to use the drawers. because we can specify exactly what we want in the drawers, right? These drawers. And we're kind of duplicating our efforts there. Either way, darn it. You know what? So what I'm thinking is I just move these drawers downstairs and we put individual drawers like this one, like the pumpkin one, up here. Because then I can say, then we'll have a variety of shit downstairs, but up here we have one specific drawer for wood, not a drawer with 2 woods in it. One drawer with sticks, not 6 drawers with sticks. So I think I'm going to try that. Let's try that. So let's do the wood first. So we need what? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we need 12 apples, 13, 14 for cocoa beans. So 15 total drawers, single drawers. That'll give us the saplings, the wood, sticks, apples, and cocoa beans. Is that what they're called? Cocoa beans? What are they called? Yeah, cocoa beans. Okay. So what did I say? 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15? Okay, so we're going to go with storage drawers. Storage D. If you do storage D, it'll show you the storage drawers because there are other things called storage. So you just add the D at the end and it'll show you all the storage drawer shit, which is nice. For some reason, I prefer the birch. I think it's easier to see, to read. So I use birch all the time. And we have 15 chests. Maybe this was pre-planned. We're going to need birch planks, most likely. Because we need 15 of these. Okay, so we're going to need more birch planks. That's pretty easy. Just click the birch. It says you need that, do that, and just shift left click for a stack. Put a stack in there, and then let's make some more of these. What's nice is you don't have to, it's going to show you one, but you can continuously pull out until you run out of something. We ran out of wood. So let's grab another stack of planks, stick it in there. And this should stop at 15 because we only had 15 chests. Look at that. Wonderful. These are going up here. Okay, we're going to pull this stuff. We'll do just the wood first. That's 9. Okay, let's get to set down here first, I think. And I think these attach, right? They do. Okay. Just making sure. So we have 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's put these pretty pipes. We're going to have to put the extractors on them, I'm pretty sure. And then we put the bonsais above. Oops. And we're going to put dirt in each of them. And let's start these. So storage drawers, if you single click, left click, a lot of times you get 2. If you have something in your hand, like these pipes, and then you single left click, you only get 1. If you shift left click, you get a stack. But if you have an empty hand and you're trying to get 1, you typically are going to get 2. It's really hard to get 1 if you have a... You got to click real fast. Okay, so those are all going to start growing. They're going to spit out their shit into these boxes. We're going to set up upstairs now. And so there's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to move this stuff around because that's just the way I do things. Reorganize. What kind of is terrible is that you can't see what's in the contents once it's in your pack, okay? So, oh, well, I just screwed that up, didn't I? So I do it like that so I can reposition boxes and whatever. Okay, so I want my 6 different trees here. The woods. Right? So let's go grab one of each wood. Or a stack, doesn't really matter. Okay. And then I'm going to put these in here. Birch. And then oak. Okay. I'm going to put their corresponding saplings above them. Okay. Okay, we got acacia, 222, this one. Jungle is that one. Oak is this one. Dark oak is that one. Spruce is that one. And birch is this one. All right. So now they're kind of in an order. You kind of know where they're at. The rest of the stuff is what? Apples. Cocoa beans. Let's not take all of those. Let's take a couple. And then sticks. So 3 more drawers. And one, 2, 3. Good enough. So let's do apples. cocoa beans, and then sticks. Okay. We're gonna do these next. So we have a bunch here. So we have the seeds, and then the item. So pumpkin. Don't forget to lock the drawers in the basement. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna lock everything and then give it their numbers things as well. So what do we need here? 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 more. Let's make 12 chests. And then spell birch right. Birch drawer. And we're probably not gonna be able to make all of them. Another stack of birch. You can probably just, if you do a shift left click, it's going to make, even though it shows 1 here, it's going to make every single one of these patterns it can, right? So we should be able to get the rest, the next 4 if we do that. And because we ran out of chests, it stopped making them. But if you make a pattern in here and you shift left click this, it's going to make all of them. So be careful with that. Okay. We don't need gravel. We don't need use these. How many more of those pipes we have left? 22. Okay, I guess we'll use those. I guess we'll use these low ones as well. We'll get those in a minute. Okay. So we're gonna extend this over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 11. I was 1 off. How could that be? How could I just be 1 off? Okay. 12. Okay. I need to fill this hole in. Oh, damn it, wrong one. Why did you guys stop me? These go upstairs. Okay. So we're going to pull down this. I guess we're pulling them all down. I think I might have counted wrong. Because I wasn't thinking of, all of these are going to be downstairs. Oh, a module has settled. Osmium Axe. I don't know if that means we can, upgrade it. Let's take a look and see. I don't think we can. No, no upgrades. I think it just gives you a little bit of a boost when it, your tool parts settle. Okay. And down here, I don't really care what order they're in. Can I help you with the workbench thing for tools? Are you asking me? Are you asking me? I think we're going to be short on bonsai pots. No. How did we do that? Okay, pumpkin seeds. Because we have to do pumpkin. Oh, wait, that's not going to work. I'm going to put dirt in there first. Okay, so we have dirt and we have snad. So dirt. Dirt, 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 snad for sugarcane. Dirt, snad for cactus, and dirt for carrots. I'm too busy. You know I don't mind explaining things, right? Okay, so that's going to start growing. Grab a watermelon. Grab some seeds. Grab a potato. Some hemp. Some of that. Some beets roots. Some cacti. Some carrots. Okay, so they're all going to start growing. Filling up these boxes here. But up here, we're going to have a nice and neat. Do I need to count these again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we need 2 more. So let's see. 14, right? So we need 2. We don't have. Oh. Okay, 2 more.
User disconnected from your channel.
Oh, disconnected. Where are we going to put these? We get rid of this stuff. $12, $13, $14. It's all about aesthetics, right? Okay. Doesn't really matter, I guess. And one more. Okay. A wall of vegetables and plant matter. Okay, so what are we going to put in those? So cactus isn't used for biofuel. What else isn't used for biofuel? I don't think sugarcane is either. Let's test that and see. Nope. And nope. Okay. So let's put that there. That there. Carrots. Seeds that. Seeds that. Bad potatoes that. Actually, I don't think bad potatoes work either. Okay. Let's test that and see if poisonous potatoes work in biofuel. No poisonous potatoes are allowed. Okay, so we're going to put poisonous potatoes here because those don't work there either. Okay. So the rest of these things we're able to make. I want to do melons there, and then the melon seeds underneath it. Then pumpkins there, and then pumpkin seeds underneath it. Beetroot. Beetroot seeds underneath it. Wheat, and then wheat seeds underneath it. Industrial hemp. And then the, oh wait. Fiber. And then the seeds underneath it. And then last but not least, Mr. Potato. All right. I think that is wonderful. We will be changing out these things over here. Oh, we forgot all about Mr. Netherwart. So I was short one. Mr. Netherwart. So I do need another botany pot. And we need some soul sand, right? Okay, let's see what if we have. If we have any of these things we can make. Do we have any? We do. Okay. Do we have terracotta? We do. Awesome. And then we're going to make a hopper. We have the items we need for a hopper. And then we have the items to make another body pot. Look at that. How easy that is. And I didn't have to open up a single chest. We need, what did I say, soul sand? Soul sand. Isn't that what it's called? We don't have any soul sand in here? Is it? I know we have soul sand somewhere. Where is it? Did I spell it? I didn't spell it wrong. Soul sand. Where am I hiding the soul sand? No, it's not there. It's not here. Nether bricks. You're telling me I actually don't have any soul sand? I don't believe that for a second. I had to have at least one piece of soul sand because I was growing that. What did I do with my soul sand, guys? What the hell? Dirt. All for another word. I'm He's gonna make me run all the way to the nether just to get one piece of soul sand. I don't know how I don't have it. I don't understand. I don't have soul sand or maybe I don't, but I'm pretty sure I had I was growing. I was growing this. I wouldn't have that much if I wasn't growing it. Put that there. Let's at least start the growth, right? Oh, I can't because I don't have no soul sand. Okay, I guess we're running to the nether really quick. Game over, man. Game over. What the hell? Bad plague doctor. I have a shovel. I'm okay. We can test our new shovel on soul sand. Grab some of this soul soil as well. I don't know what this does. Oh. Oh, we have a honing. A honing mononing. That means we can upgrade our shovel again to make it even faster. Oh, you know where... I'm such a dumbass. The soul sand. I know exactly where it's at. We probably have stacks of it. Where am I going? Chests. You still use chests? Jeez. Okay. I have a ton of soul sand. Let's do this. All right. Okay, what are you guys doing? The soul sand's in my pocket storage. I bet you. Soul sand. Yep. Soul sand, soul soil. I forget that this thing automatically picks it up when you use it. Okay, soul sand. And there's our progress. We're gonna need a ton of those stupid suckers, or whatever you want to call them. Okay. Did I get everything up here? No, I need soul sand. Okay, got some soul sand. That goes up there. That's it. That's perfect. That's perfect. Let's throw some soul sand in there. Vintium ore. I don't know where that goes. They changed the recipe for that. You can now pulverize it. We don't need that. We might need this. It's the wrench for pretty pipes. That's what we're using. I don't think we're going to need it, but see what happens. I think you can disconnect things with it, right? Like, we don't want disconnection there. You just want it down there. So we need 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 of the extractors. We have 6 so far. We have 6 extractors. We're just going to use the low ones. We don't really need anything higher than that. They're way expensive. We're going to need 16 pipes. We're going to need 10 pipes. Okay, we only have 9, so we need to make some more pipes. What are we missing? Glass? We use up all of our glass? I guess we did. Okay, we need some sand. Oh, no. Does redstone sand make... Does red sand make glass? It's going to be too fast. It does, thank God. Okay. Well, we ran out of glass again, it appears. Okay, so we need 10 of these. Is that what I said? So we have 6, 4, 5, 6. We need 16. Rete pipes. Why are these? Actually, we need 15 because these are lows. I don't know what their different settings are for those. Okay, so we need 9. 9 of these? Okay. Holy crap, we need 9 more pistons? I hate making pistons. So we need cobblestone. This isn't attached, so let's attach this. Because there's a gap here, this controller doesn't see those items. So we're just going to attach these real quick. What was this one? That's a weird box of stuff. Why is that in there like that? Why was that in there like that? Uh-oh, we're full. See that? We can't put any more things in there. I got to create another disk. Okay, so that should now attach these, and I should now have the cobble. So I should now be able to make the pistons. To make these extractors. I need 9 of them, I think. We need some type of planks. It appears it just doesn't pull in other planks. Let's see. Oh, it did. Using up all the planks. How many more do we need? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't remember how many we needed. That was just a guess. Okay. Now those should be filling these. So what is pretty cool about this mod is it has, you can see numbers here, but not over here. And you can also lock these so that if the last one gets pulled out, it doesn't turn into an empty, like this one here is doing. Now I know why that was there. Let's put the eggs and snowballs there. Okay, that's gonna make this bounce back here probably. Oh Jesus. It just bounced because I broke that. Okay, so you get keys to storage drawers, and there's two different keys. There's a locking key, and then there's a counting key, a quantifying key. It shows you how many are in there. If you single right click any of these boxes, it'll do each individual box. If you do the same thing with the lock key, it adds a little lock right there. That means if I take every one of these out, it's still going to stay spruce saplings, and it won't go blank, and then something new will be put in its place. You don't want that. If you have a controller, you can lock all of them at once or unlock all of them at once. You can also have all the numbers show up all at once or remove the numbers all at once with the controller. Now these are connected to this because I have what they call oak trims. So this isn't a chest, it's just a trim, and you use it to connect your birch drawers together at corners and stuff. So hopefully the bounce is stopped. Okay, so everything's going forward now. Sweet. I'm going to lock all of these as well. So that if they empty out, they won't lose the settings that I've programmed into them. Right? So we're always going to have 3 beetroot and 1 seed slot. Even if this whole thing empties out. And everything else has numbers, and everything else is going great. So that is our wood and I guess our vegetation section, right? I guess we can just add this back. Oh, there was all of our that's paper. I think that's the right one. No, it's not. I think this one has a glass in it though, right? Yes, there was our glass. I knew we had glass somewhere. See, if I left this chest up there, if I left this one up there, a random item would fill these slots. And we don't want that, right? We only want we want to designate exactly where each item goes. as well, when these become full, you can right click them and you can add upgrades to make them hold even more items. Well, let's chuck this and that and carrots and wood. Oh, we're full again. So we're going to need to make another storage disk. Let's make another storage disk. And they're actually listed here. And we're going to need 3 of these. We're not going to be able to put this in here probably because, well, we probably can now because we just pulled out like 27 items. But we're going to do it this way. So we need basic processors. So we need 4 of these. And we need to cook these up. And we're going to do the 4K. And we're still making the storage part. And then we need to add this shell around it. The disk drive around it. This part here. And there's our 3rd disk. And if you look here, we are now at 13 FE per tick. We were previously at 12. Carrots have no place to go. Oh, damn. How did I miss carrots? Thank you, Hatu. We need some more chests. We need 1 more of these. Oh, it's gonna screw up my perfect setting. My perfect square. 6 by 6. Damn carrots. So carrots can't go into should I get rid of the sticks? Make that carrots. Potato? No, potato's there. Potato and there. Potato and poisonous potato. We gotta load these up first. Okay, I'm gonna break the sticks out. It's gonna kill us, but it's gonna kill the pipes underneath. So carrots. Then we're gonna put the sticks over here. All right. Thank you so much for noting that, because I would have never seen it. Well, I probably in time I would have seen it, but it appears. So it looks like it's pulling 1, 2, 3, 4 single at a time. I wonder if it's going to stay empty. Huh. I wonder if this is going to work. I wonder if it's ever going to pull the last one if this doesn't ever empty out. Huh. I guess we'll find out. Oh, we need to put, we need some more, oh no, why is it not pulling out? Aha! There we go. This one must have something in it too. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, I think that's going to be it for that for now. All these numbers are going to go skyrocketing. Appetite ore. Okay, I think everything's locked as well and set up. Okay, that looks good. Let's take a break, okay? It's been almost 2.5 hours. And you get up, stretch, go tell someone you love them, and get something to drink, go to the bathroom. Just gonna take a quick intermission here. And give me about 5 minutes, okay, guys? Or 10.
Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
All right, we are back. What time is it? 11:30. We only have about 30 minutes to an hour left anyway. Hey, good morning, Al. How you doing, sir? Let's see. So we got a refined storage set up. From here, we'll probably... Let's see what this stuff down here is doing. Oh, this is wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. So once this gets filled up here, then that will get filled up down there, and we'll have time and a half, I guess you can say, of stuff. And well, we're gonna end up moving this stuff as well here, these items. But that's refined storage for you. There are some more things that we can do with refined storage, which definitely and expand what you can do. Refined storage. And things are such things as exporters and importers. Let's do an import, and let's see if we have enough to do this, right? So typically what I like to do is... Hello, Arrowin. How you doing, my dear? Welcome. Happy New Year in advance. Yes, we're only about 12 hours away. 12 and a half hours away. What I like to do is have a chest. We should probably see if we can even do that, right? So instead of carrying a ton of things around with me while I'm mining and running around, I like to have a special bag that it's called an ender bag or something. Oh, an ender pouch, excuse me. And then there's a couple enders, and these allow you to transport things across the world, I guess you can say. We need an ender pouch and we need an ender chest. So it looks like we need at least 2 ender pearls, and I think we have at least 2. So this should work, right? So let's make this ender chest first. So the ender chest is kind of just like Minecraft's normal ender chests, where if you put something in it, you can go over far away, open up another chest, an ender chest, and the stuff's in it. So we're gonna make this first, and let's see what we get, right? So ender, maybe it's asterisk ENDR. There we go. Okay, so ender, oh, it's called ender storage is what it's called. So we have everything to make this, and then we're gonna make a pouch. We have everything to make that. See how easy that is when you have refined storage and everything's just stored all together in one little cool crafting grid. So what's nice about this is these little labels across the top, you can color code these. And I always tell everyone, do not use white. Remarkably, let's open this up and see who's used white and take all their shit. Nobody. Okay. Nobody used white. So what we try to do on this server is designate who gets what color. Okay. The first color should designate who gets what color. I'm always green. I am always green. Excedra is always green. So we're green. Our first color is green. So we're going to need some cactus. And so we're going to cook this up. And my first color is always green. If you see an ender chest or an ender tank, with the first green color, that is mine. It should be empty. There's nothing in it. Right. Let's throw this in here. This current chest that I'm making is what I consider my everything chest. It connects to my system, and it will import everything that goes into this chest into my system. I make that yellow. Okay, that's my color coding for how I... So just some flowers. Do we have any... What are they called? Daisies? Yeah, we do have daisies. We'll use the daisies instead. We can just grind those up. There we go. 2 yellows. Okay. So for me, yellow means my primary chest. This usually sits next to my crafting grid somewheres, and everything that I throw into this chest goes into my system. Okay. To make this even easier, I use an ender pouch. Now, ender pouches are pretty cool, and you're going like, well, how do I make these lines on my ender pouch the same color as these? Because you can't add stuff here. So what you do is just you right click your ender pouch onto the chest you want to match, and voila. Now it's green, yellow. It matches. So if I open this, that chest opens and we see the same thing. If I put this in my ender pouch and I open up my ender chest, there it is. Okay, wonderful thing, right? So we're going to pick this up. We're going to put this over here. We have that there. We'll just put it 1 block away. That's good enough, right? So what we want to do is we want everything that comes into this ender chest to go into our system and into our disk drives or into our physical storage, right? So what we need is an importer. Okay. The importer, it imports items into your storage. Okay. Sometimes that can be confusing. The importer or the exporter. Export means you're taking things out of your storage. Import means you're pulling things into your storage. Okay. So we're going to make an importer. And it requires a cable. We have a cable. We need an improved processor and destruction core. So we need a basic processor. And we need a raw processor. And we need one of these. And luckily I made enough items previously that these processing binders is usually what we run out of. Luckily we made enough of those that it's not too bad, right? So again, we're going to use an importer from refined storage. I'm going to make this, and that should be it. Okay, here is our importer. Now the importer has rules as well. You can import items or liquids, a blacklist, extract on, and that. So now anything I put into that importer, like this stick that I put in my chest here, gets pulled right into my system. So now when I'm out mining and I have a full backpack of crap, I can open up my ender pouch, throw everything in there, and it all gets sent to here. Now if I have a bunch of ores, later on when we set this up, I can put all the ores in here, throw all the ores in my ender pouch. It'll get sucked in my system. My system's going to go, oh, that's iron ore. I know what to do with that. And it's going to export it to a specific machine that I set up to do grinding or cooking or whatever. And then when it's finished, it's going to put it back into my system as whatever I want it, say an ingot. So anything I put into my system, any iron ore that I put in there will automatically get processed, pulverized, and then cooked and made into ingots, and then stored in this external storage. And that's just one of the other things that you can do. You can waste the diamond, as Al said, to personalize the chest. If I have people stealing from my ender chests, well, this one's not too bad because there should never be anything in this ender chest anyway, because it all gets directly imported into my system. And I'm not wasting a diamond at this point in time to do something like that, and I've never had to do that. And on my server, we will never need to do that. If it's not your stuff, you don't touch it. You can look, but you don't take other people's stuff on my servers. They know that. I trust all the people that are on my servers. And if it ever happens that we don't trust them, then they're not on the server anymore. It's pretty simple. Because I run the server. Replacing items is not an issue if something like that happens. And hopefully, I know the people well enough that play on my server that they wouldn't do something like that before asking if I can have a diamond or whatever, or because I go through people's chests all the time. You can't not help but run in here and go, oh, what's that? Oh, okay. Oh, what's that? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, so I'm not wasting diamonds on ender chests. And there's also, so I'm not that worried about it. I mean, you're a gypsy. You trust me? I do. I trust all you guys. I trust all you guys, or I ban you. It's simple. It's that simple. It's not like it's going to hurt me. I mean, first of all, I run the server. Second of all, I have backups of the server. Third of all, I have control who gets on the server. I mean, come on. I know you ladies are probably messing around, but just so other people know, in the 3 years that I've been doing this with other people on my servers, we've never had a problem. There's never been a problem. So, but if you are on a public server, as Al said, you can use a diamond to lock this chest so that only you can access it. So if you do have stuff in there that you don't want people to have, you can lock it. I've only put in jail on the server once. Yes, see? Exactly. I mean, locks only keep honest people honest. Okay? That's how it works. Even in the real world, locks keep honest people honest. That's it. Because it is in our genes to want to investigate and know things. So as a human, we're going to like, there's 6 chests here. What's in this chest? We want to know what's in there. What are you hiding from me? What is in this chest? So yeah. But if you are on a public server that's running a modded server and you can use ender chest, you can definitely do that. And that's something you need to look into too, and always want to go to the wiki and read about the mod packs that you're working with and what version you're working with, so that you know all the ins and outs. I mean, I think I remember a long time ago that you could put a diamond on here and lock it to yourself, but because I've never ever had to do that, it's just something I don't even think of. It's something I don't even think about telling people when I make the chests and stuff. So yeah. Inquiry minds want to know. Yes, yeah. There's a whole magazine at the shopping center for that. For inquiry minds. So, so we got everything done. Actually, we got everything done today that I wanted to get done. I wanted to get a refined storage system set up. We have power. We only need 14 FE per tick. We have it connected to our windmill up top here. So, and this is producing 80. So we have some wiggle room. Because this is the only thing it's connected to is our controller. And as I said previously, a little bit earlier in this thing, let's say someone steals my windmill. God help them if they do. There is still some power here. It will get drained pretty quick. Okay, depending on how much crap you have in here, but it's going to drain. Once that drains, this is going to start blinking red. And we'll see how that works, right? It shouldn't take too long. Okay, it might take a while. We'll do something. What can we do while we're waiting for this to drain? Let's charge up that. Oh, it doesn't go in there. It has to go in the charger. Okay, there we go. Charged up. Make sure our other things are charged up. We're charged there, and that has 0. So let's charge this up. This is kind of our like rechargeable battery that we take along with us to give us a little bit of extra power. Well, before we run out. So that's all being pulled from the solar panels and this energy cell here. 500 extra. I always put this in here. I'm not sure if it drains from in there. I think it does. I think it actually drains from that pack. Oh, see, it's going red. You'll probably never see that because it doesn't last for long. And then once that goes black, everything goes off. With the flick of Excedra switch, all the loot is gone. Everything's gone. You can't access anything because there's no power to your controller. And that's why I said put something like this Stirling dynamo on the back, or some type of generator, right? So I can still access my coal. Let's grab a block of it, right? And I can throw this in here. And it'll power it up in a couple seconds. Give it a couple seconds before it stops blinking red. So if you have to access it, you can still access all your stuff. Okay? And this will keep you going for a short bit of time until you figure out why you have no power. And you're like, oh shit, it's because I'm on solar and it's the middle of the night. But you can turn this on and off and it doesn't hurt anything. You're still going to have all your stuff when you power it back on. But since I have a windmill that spins even through the day and through the night, this is just for secondary backup, right? That's it. So this should always be on for now. But there are times where I have run my system on charcoal power, right? So I have a whole system. I have the trees being cut down. I have the logs being turned into charcoal. And then I have that being sent to my system. And then I have it being sent to the Stirling generators. And these ones are very basic Stirling generators. You can actually make steam generators, and they produce a lot more energy, and you build a little complex block of them and this stuff. And I've had it so that my tree farm got clogged, and so it wasn't sending any more logs to be processed, to be turned into charcoal, to be turned into steam, and my system was shut down. And then you're like, oh shit, how do I get this back up and running if I can't access anything? If I didn't have charcoal over here, how could I access my charcoal that was in here? And always having a backup generator or some type of power producing, even if it's something as simple as a Stirling dynamo, and get you back up and running until you figure out what's going on with your power. Always good to have something there. And you can just hide it behind a wall. This is going to change. I just put this here for now. This whole setup is probably going to change again while I figure out where I'm going to put stuff and how I'm going to set things up. But that's just hidden behind a wall somewhere until you need to throw some charcoal in it. If for some reason you lose power and your controller is dead. Right? Always nice to have. It's 11:50. I don't know if we should make some more basic. I don't know if we have enough funds to do another refined storage update thing. Let's try it and see what happens. So refined storage always also allows you to craft, automatically craft items if you want them. So besides the crafting grid, there are crafters. There are crafting blocks, if I can find them. Here, crafter is a crafting block, which you use to do crafts for you. So let's say I wanted a chest, and I type chest up here. And let's say I need a wooden chest, but there are none there. I can set up a pattern where it'll show a chest and it'll say craft across the top of it, craft, and then chest. And I can just click it and select how many I want, and then the system will craft that for me, depending on what it is and how complex it is. You can have it automatically craft items for you. To do that, to set up patterns, you have to have a pattern. I think it's called a pattern grid. Find storage pattern grid. Yeah. So it's a pattern grid. And of course, this is a grid with an advanced processor and a pattern. So let's make a pattern real quick. Let's make an advanced processor real quick. We might be able to do this. We got to cook that up. Oh, I should have saved it. I should have saved those items. I'm going to get rid of these. Pattern grid. Let's mark this. Okay. And then we need another grid. Let's see what we need. We need a lot more stuff here. Let's make that part. So we're going to need, what? 2 more basic processors. I think I did that wrong. Let's see. Let's try that again. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. So we need, what are we missing? Silicon. Okay, so we need some silicon. And so we used Certus quartz before. Let's use some more Certus quartz. So we're going to pulverize this, and then it's going to, then we're going to bake it into silicon. So we're going to need, we ran out of silicon for our crafts, but that's okay. We can make some more. Don't work harder, work smarter. Always, always. Can we do these processors? No, we still need some silicon for those as well. Okay, so what are we missing? Okay, so we're just missing the cores, which means we need the silicon to do those. Okay, throw some silicon in here. And let's make those processors. We need 2 of these. I do that every time I do that. That's the pattern. We need 2 of those. And then we need 2 of these. We got a little bit more silicon. Got 2 of those, 2 of those. Okay. Just throw that in there. Grid. We need to make these. That. And then we can make our grid. And then we make our pattern grid. Okay. And typically these are usually pretty close to each other. And here is our pattern grid. Our pattern grid almost looks like our crafting grid, except we have these things here. Our process exact, which means if I put an oak log in here, that it's always going to look for an oak log if I make a pattern. Okay, let's make some patterns first. Okay, so let's make some pattern. You need patterns for this. Refined storage patterns. Okay, so let's make a handful, 12, right? So the patterns go here. And this is where you create the pattern, right? So exact means if I use a lapis, it's going to look for a lapis. If I use blue dye, it's going to look for that blue dye. Okay, if I turn this off, it's going to use whatever is a blue dye. If it's equivalent, it should use it. Typically, we'll use it. Okay, I typically try to leave exact on because I typically want it to use exactly what I put in the pattern. And then there's processing. Okay, processing means I'm going to take some items, say cactus, but I only want 1. Okay, 1 cactus. So what I did there was I right clicked on it, and you can set the number if you want to whatever you need to set it to. So 1 cactus, and 1 cactus is going to give us what? 1 cactus dye, right? But to get that, to get the cactus, we have to actually process the cactus, right? We have to put it in a redstone furnace so it'll make the green dye, right? So on our pattern here, we're going to say 1 cactus will run through a process will give me 1 green dye, right? So this is going to be your pattern. 1 cactus, 1 green dye. Here's our pattern. Input a cactus, output a green dye. And you're like, okay, well, that's all great. Now what the hell do I do? So what we need to have is a crafter that I talked about before. Okay, so we're going to make a crafter. We're going to need some more crap. Make this crafter. And I'm just making the default one, not the colored one. So let's add this to our bar over here on the left. A crafter. And we're going to need 2 advanced processors, which is diamonds. Okay. And then we're going to need a construction and a destruction. So we're going to need 2 more basic cores. I'm going to need to cook those up. Okay. Put those in here. Put that in there. And we're going to look at our crafter. And what do we need now? Okay, we need to finish this craft. Then we need to finish this craft. And then we should be able to make our crafter. Okay. So the crafter needs to be connected to our system somehow, right? So it works. But I'm going to bust this for a second and see what we do here. I'm just going to leave it there. We'll just run some cable, I guess. We should be okay with that, I guess. So the crafter is going to attach to the machine that does the processing. So to get cactus to green dye, we have to use some type of furnace, whether it's a redstone furnace, whether it's a Minecraft furnace, or whether it's an energized smelter for mechanism, or whatever machine you want to use. The crafter has to attach to that machine, right? And it has to, this face has to be facing the machine because it outputs through this end here. So you're going to need to spin it with one of the wrenches. I usually use a crescent wrench. Oh wait, I'm going to have to use the specific wrench for refined storage, it appears. Well, let's figure out what the wrench is. Or where it is. If anyone knows the name of it, there it is. The wrench, which is a basic processor in quartz. Okay, so we need to make another basic processor. Let's cook that up. Okay. And let's hopefully this will spin this thing for me. There we go. Okay, so we can spin this until the front is facing the machine. And then this has to be part of our network. So we're going to need some more cable. Some refined storage cable. We can find it. Here it is. And let's grab 2 stacks of that. And this needs to be attached to our system. Again, the wiring is going to be crap, but see how it turned blue? Now it's active, right? So we're going to put this pattern inside this redstone furnace. Okay. Now we need to set the furnace up so that it will pull in items from the rear. So this is the rear of the furnace. So we're going to say blue matches blue. So anything coming in from the rear that this crafter is trying to push forward is going to come in through the rear into here, get processed. Okay. And then it's going to get ejected into this chest. Because currently that's how we have it being ejected. So if we look now at our crafting grid and we type in green dye, we see that we have a piece of green dye there already. But if we had 0 green dye, we would see, look, we can craft it. So we left click green dye. We tell it how many we want. Let's say we want 5. We tell start. It'll tell you whether or not you have the available items to do that. And then you click start. Now we should see this go active and it gets put in there. And currently it's being ejected to this chest. What we will be doing next time is setting it up so that this ejects this green dye directly back into the system. Okay. So that is a basic craft pattern grid setup to craft something for you that you use a lot of, like probably crafters. Like I'm going to set up a pattern to make these crafters because we're going to be using a lot of them. So I can just come in here, type crafter and go, oh, we don't have any currently. And I can just click crafter just like we did with the green dye. Tell it I need 4 or 10 or whatever. Tell it start. It'll say you have the available resources. If you don't, it's going to tell you what resources you need. And you can always cancel. And then start, and then you just gotta wait for the craft to happen. And that way you don't even have to click here, click that, click that, click here, click that, click that, click that. You can set it up to do it all automatically for you. And that's basic patterns and automated crafting. There is more advanced crafting where you can actually tell it to keep a certain number of items stored that you want crafted. So let's say I always want 6 crafters stored. I can set the system up to always have 6 available crafters in my system. So if I use up 4 of them, it'll automatically craft 2 more so that we have 6 again when I come back later and go, shit, I need 4 more or 5 more. It will automatically keep a storage of items in there. For instance, silicon will probably be something that I have a stack of at all times. So that if I have less than a stack, its system's going to craft silicon and keep it at 64 at all times, so that I never ran out of silicon unless I ran out of the item that I use to make silicon. But I don't want to process all of the items to make silicon, just a stack of it, right? Because currently I'm using Certus quartz, right, to make silicon. This one right here, Certus quartz, I have 130 of them. So if I always say even 32, that way I still have some Certus quartz left. And so if I have a craft that needs Certus quartz, I don't have 0 Certus quartz, or I never have Certus quartz because I'm always crafting all the Certus quartz into silicon, right? So you don't want to use up all one resource and then go, shit, I needed that resource, because you can't go back from silicon to Certus quartz. You can only go from Certus quartz to silicon, right? And I found out if you're inside this window here and you're typing and you want to get out, you can hit the escape key twice, it appears. Or I just left click over here on the side and then hit your E key, your inventory key. And it takes you out. So you don't have to hit, if you're in here and you hit your E key, you're like, oh, damn it, I wanted to close my inventory. If you click over here to the side, you can hit your E key and get out pretty quick, pretty easily. What else do we have here? Does anybody have any questions? Did I explain any of that simply enough? So that's a redstone. That's a process, right? That was a processing craft. So let's talk about a normal craft. Say you want a chest, right? So normally a chest requires 4 planks, and then 4 planks makes a crafting chest, right? A crafting bench, sorry. A crafting bench. Where do you put those? Well, what you do is you create another crafter, and you have a bank of crafters that do those crafting processes for you as well. So let's set up a, can we do this? How many licks does it take to get to the center of, it takes 3. It takes 3 licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up so that everything that we craft right now goes, let's see if we can do this, is going to go back into our system. So we're going to set up a small little crafting session here. So an interface in refined storage will receive items and put it into our system. I think it can also export items, and I think it can also hold items. So we're gonna need to see if, let's see if we can create this here. Machine casing. We're gonna run out of enriched quartz pretty soon, I think. an interface. And what we do here, we have an importer and exporter. So that's a destruction and an improved. Okay. And we're going to need at least 2 basics, right? Most likely. This interface. And then the exporter is an improved. Oh, I did it again. I always do it at that point. I need to go one more. So we have 2 improved, and then we'll have probably 1 more basic. Okay, so we already have that part. So let's cook these up. So right now, after they get cooked up, they're going nowhere. So they're going right into there. And we're like, okay, they're cooking, but we're not getting them back into our system. Now you can set up an importer to pull the stuff in, but an interface is better because you can attach multiple machines to an interface with pipes. Oh, why am I doing that? It's over here on the left. Okay, so let's make our destruction core and our importer for this, and then we make our construction core, and then our exporter for this, and then we make our interface. All right. Okay, so our interface, like I said, can be used multiple ways. Right now, we're just going to attach it right straight to here. Okay, so it's attached to our cable here, so it's part of our system. And if we look at it, there's an interface import, an interface export, and then I don't know what this is. I think this is storage. But what we're going to do is we're going to reset our grid here, right? And we're going to say anything that's completed, whenever we craft something and it gets completed, we want that to export through the top. So orange and orange. So that's now going to export anything that it creates into this interface. This interface is going to import it directly into our system, and it's going to be ready for us to use, right? So now, if we need green cactus and we request green cactus, it'll make that cactus, put it in there, and then it'll automatically put it into our system. But we're going to make an interface. We're going to try to make an interface. Let's see what happens. Excuse me, we're going to make a crafter. So for each process of the crafting that you do, you have to have a pattern for that. So if we want to make a crafter, I'm going to get rid of this and rid of that for now. So if we want to make a crafter, we need all this stuff, right? This requires a lot of crafting. Enriched quartz is a craft in itself. This is a craft, 2 crafts, and a process. This is 2 crafts, I think, in a process. This is could be 2 crafts in a process, or at least 1 craft in a process. So each of those processes that we're looking at here, you have to have a pattern for. So start off from the big one here, and let's say we need to have a crafter. So we're going to make a pattern. And I say exact to make this crafter, okay? So if we're trying to make this crafter and we need enriched iron quartz, we need, say we don't have any of that. We need a pattern for that as well. So if we need to make enriched iron quartz, that requires another quartz and iron. So we need to make this a pattern. And this is a normal craft because you just do it in a crafting grid. You don't have to process anything. You have normal iron and normal nether, right? So you make that a pattern as well. Okay. We need to have an advanced processor pattern. We need to have this part of the process pattern. Oh my God, this is so complex. I should have did something a lot easier. Because processing binder is a pattern as well. That if we don't have processing binder, we have to be able to craft that. Right? Processing binder. So we want to change this to green slime, right? Because we want it to use green slime. And if you put drop 32 in here, you can still change it, but you just want one, right? So green slime, string, and green, it's that. So there's our next pattern. Okay, we're getting complex here. Where was I at? Was I at destruction core? Was that what I was doing? Good enough. Okay, so this core requires this pattern. And then the construction core, we don't have to do that because we've already done partial of the raw basic pattern.
Microphone muted.
Oops.
Microphone activated.
Sorry about that. But we do need to have this part of it completed as well. We're going to run out of patterns. We need to have this as a pattern. We need to have the advanced processor as a pattern. We can't do that yet because that is a... Oh, that is a process. Oh, and it changed it to processing for me. So it knows that that's a process now. So this is a process that needs to be cooked. So this is a different type of pattern. Okay. You see how this one here, it says pattern inputs, outputs, and then it says processing. So you kind of know that that has to be processed, right? So we need to process that. We need to process this, the raw basic one. And it tells us that's a process. And these two are going to go into here, right? Because we have to cook the raw advanced processor to make an advanced processor. So this is going to go in here. That's going to go in there. Okay. And hopefully this all makes sense in a little bit of time. Do we have the... Okay, we have to do the machine casing as well. Oops, we didn't want to make one. We wanted to create a pattern for that. Sorry about that. So we need to do the machine casing. And I'm going to change this to... I'm not going to say exact on this one because I don't care what stone it pulls in. Just so long as it pulls in whatever stone it wants, right? Because there's so many different stones. Hopefully it'll pull in whatever stone we need. So I'm not going to tell that exact. So I don't really care what stone it uses. So long as it uses a stone. Okay. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 processes, 8, 9, at least for making this crafter. So let's see what we can do. We have to make a crafter before we can do this. So let's make this crafter if we can. Control plus click to request auto crafting. Control plus click to request auto crafting. I didn't know if it was going to craft those items. Maybe not. Okay. I think this is saying, see how those are blue? See how this is turning blue? I think it's saying we have a crafting recipe for those, but we don't have any. But we need to make these destruction cores. And we have so we need 2 basic 2 basic processors, right? We're going to craft. We're missing the raw processor. Okay. Damn it. I can't do that. Okay, we're just going to do this from scratch. Construction core. So we're going to need 2 of these. We're going to need 2 of these. And we're going to craft these. Cook these up and just going to put it right into our system. And what do we need? We need this converted, and then we need this one converted. And then we should be able to make our crafter. Okay, so this crafter is going to be for our basic crafting. Okay, so I usually make a wall somewheres. And just lay them down. So let's put it here. And then we'll use a little bit of cable to attach this to that so that's active. Okay. So we're going to put these crafting recipes into this crafter because these are basic crafting recipes. You don't have to do any processing for that. This is just a combining of items that we already have, right? That's in essence what it does. So we put all those in there. Now we look in here. We look under refined storage. Do we have to show this? If I do refined storage, there we go. So normal display shows everything plus the crafting items. So what we can see now is there's a raw basic processor and all these other crafts. And let's see if this works, right? What did we miss? I'm going to click crafter because I want another one. I'm going to click start. It's going to say we are missing the raw advanced processor. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so we have the advanced processor set up, but we don't have the raw advanced processor set up. So did I screw that up? No, I just didn't make it. Okay, so luckily we have a couple more of these left. So we need to make this here, right? So that's what saying is missing. So that's a process, and I love that it changes it to process. That's so great. You used to have to click process each time back in the day. So this is... No, we have that. What am I missing? Okay, if you screw up and you make a pattern, you can shift right click it to clear that pattern. That's why I did that, to show you that. So I'm missing this. I guess I'm missing this part. We don't have any processing binder, so we're going to need to make some more of that. No, we have it right there. I don't understand. What am I doing wrong here? Or maybe it's just showing me that... that's something that we can process as well. Right? So this is what we need, right? I think. So this is just a normal craft. So this goes here. Ah, I think that was it. Okay. Let's see. Well, let's see. I'm just going to type craft, and here's our crafter. We just want one. Click start. It's going to say we all have the available stuff. Click start. So anything that needs a process, it's going to send over here to process. Anything that it needs to convert, it's going to get converted over here. You don't see anything over there. And then hopefully when we look in here for a crafter, we now have one crafted. Oops. There we go. So we now have a second crafter. And that should kick on in a second because it's connected to that one. There we go. So using processes and machines to convert things into other things And using normal crafting recipes, we can automate. So that took what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps. 10 steps that you normally would have spent to make that item. You now do it with 1. By typing craft, requesting it, clicking how many you need, click start, and it goes, you have all the parts, click start, and within a few seconds, your crafter will be ready to use. So that's kind of the basic crafting things. And you'll start making patterns of all kinds. You'll be like, oh, I need sticks to make a stick pattern. I need chests to make a chest pattern. I need all that stuff. And each time you make a normal craft, those will go into your normal crafters. And then anytime something needs to be processed and you make a processing craft, you input something to get something else that will go into the machine that you normally would run to after you grab the item. Throw it in there. I need a piece of charcoal. Okay, now it's in the system. Piece of charcoal. Now you don't have to do that running to the machine. The system does it for you when you set it up. So that's refined storage. Like I said, there's a lot more things you can do with it. Importing and exporting items. They have destruction and construction. So you can place a block with a constructor and you can remove a block with a destructor. There's a wireless crafting that you can have. Fortune upgrades for the breakers, so you can put ores in front of it and have fortune to break blocks down. There's fluid storage as well. So besides having this green crafting grid, you can also have a fluid grid. So there's for items, one for items, and then there's one for fluids. So you can see what you have in your system. There's also security manager, so that you can set it up so that no one can access your system, or whoever you want to access your system. Disk manipulator for controlling the items that are in your disks. Wireless grid, all the different colors. Network receivers. Well, let's say that 400 blocks away is where your tree farm is. You can actually set up a network receiver and transmitter and receiver, so that you don't have to run cable 400 blocks. You can set up a transmitter and a receiver and connect them together, and that will be part of your system, even though it's 1,000 blocks away or whatever the distance is. I'm not sure exactly what the exact distance is that you can have those, but I think it's pretty far. What else does refined storage do? I wish that when you left refined storage, when I click something in here, I wish that when I left refined storage and I came back, it was still there. I wonder if that's what that means. Because I don't know what 2A means. Oh, it stayed. I guess someone asked for that as well, because it now stays. Oh, I think that's great. Okay, refined storage. Let's see what else we have. The wireless crafting you can do away from your base. Those are the transmitters for it. Security manager. Detectors. So let's say this can also help with keeping a number of items stocked. This you can set up a detector that says, how many crafters do I have? And if it detects how many you have, right? And if you say, well, I want 10, then if it doesn't detect 10, then it'll send out a redstone signal. And if that signal is connected to a machine that will create those crafters for you, it will start crafting those crafters for you. I'm trying to think of what I use this for. I do use them. I use them typically for Botania with the type of living rock and living wood. I use a detector to detect how many living rock I have, and I tell it to set off a redstone signal if I don't have enough, and then I have a process where it will create more up to that number and then stop, which is really nice. What else do we have? I'm not sure what a relay does. Is that new? I think that's new. A relay. Those might be new. I'm not sure what relays do. It's definitely something you would have to look up. Something I'm going to look up. The fluid grid, so you can store fluids as well as items. That's really nice. And if you ever have to have a bucket of something, it will make those buckets. And if you ever have to have an exact amount of fluid go into a machine, you can have it do that as well. It's really nice. The pattern grids, the controllers, wireless security manager, talked about that. There are also these storage blocks. This is a single block that holds one item of however much, 1,000 of that item. You can use these as well. This might be a little bit cheaper than making your storage disks at first. Or it might be cheaper than making this external storage, because I would use storage blocks to store things like all this. I would use this block to store things like gravel and dirt and whatever stones that you have. Just stacks of it, so it's part of your system. And you have 4K, 16, 64,000, up to 64,000 in a block, a single block. And if so you can use single storage as well. I just find it easier to, and like I said, this might be cheaper to create. I'm not sure if it's cheaper to create. It might be than creating an external storage right now. Because if you look at it this way, let's say I had an oak drawer full of stone, and I only want 1,000 of them at any time. It's cheaper to create the chest. It's cheaper to create this storage block than it is to create this. I think this takes 2 diamonds. This doesn't take any diamonds. Right? Machine casing is all basic stuff. Silicon, enriched iron. Yeah, that's all basic stuff. There's no gold or iron. There's no gold or diamonds required for that. And you can just put it and be part of your system. You know, you wouldn't have to create an external storage device. You just put it onto a cable somewheres or part of your system, and it's automatically added. What else we got? Storage monitor. You can put an item in there, and then it'll tell you how many you have in your system of that item. You have some upgrades. You have some speed upgrades, some stack upgrades that sends the items through your system quicker. Again, you have fluid storage as well as item storage, and then you have your crafts up here. Yeah, I mean, it's a really robust system. It can do a lot of, you can do a lot with it. And it's a lot simpler than applied energistics, which is actually inside this system, right? Yep. Applied energistics is, in essence, refined storage is a dumbed down applied energistics in this pack. So applied energistics came out first, and then someone else created refined storage, which makes it simpler. But refined storage is, I mean, applied energistics is a great storage mod for processing and storage and crafting and all that stuff. It's great for that. But in essence has the same type of things. It has blocks, units. It's definitely a great mod if you want to do a little bit more complex. If you think this is too simple, use applied energistics, because it's a great storage system as well, and it's complex, and there's cabled channels, and you can only have a certain number of items on one channel. You have 8 items on one channel, then you have bigger channels that you can expand with, and you have smart cable and all this stuff. It's actually really cool. It's just that this is easier to set up, quicker, and it only took, you know, an hour, couple hours for me to set this part up. And now I have my whole thing here. I have crafting, auto crafting I can set up. I can pick up if I need something, lots of it. It's great. Let's see what else we're going to do. I think that's going to be it for today. It's 12:30 and I'm starving, so I'm hungry and I need to eat. And hopefully you guys learned something today about refined storage, and it's definitely something you probably want to look into if you're running this pack. Or even if it's in another pack and you're tired of going through chests and using crafting benches. Great mod. And what's nice is that it adapts to just about all the other mods in the system. We're going to be using this to do our crafting in Botania. We're going to be using this to do our crafting of drawers. All processing of items. We're going to be using this to automate and set up. It's great. Okay. So I'm going to call it here. Let's see. Oh yeah. I guess we'll get another picture like this. Or is it F1? Yeah. And well, let's stand in front of it, right? Because we just made it. No, know what key that is. F5. Aha. Take a screenshot of that. Refined storage. Basics. And we're off to the races. As I say at the end of every stream, get up, stretch, and go tell someone you love them. And we will see you guys next time. What's today? Thursday. Well, we won't see you till Sunday, probably. Depends. I might see you on Friday. We'll see. You guys have a great evening. You guys have a wonderful New Year's if you haven't had it already. I know it's getting close to some people. But you guys have a wonderful New Year's. Please don't drink and drive. Have a designated driver. Use Uber or whatever. Or just stay home and get drunk. And then you can just pass out in your own bathroom. It's a lot easier that way. Okay. Goodbye, people.
Microphone muted.